Hello guys, welcome back to the Crew 2 Noob Does Summit number 38. That's what we're gonna do. And apparently it's working great again. Meanwhile doing the administration, collecting the rewards from last week. Let me refresh this here. Okay, no, that seems to be fine. With that we win here some boosted parts for Rallycross apparently. Let's have a look. How much boosted are they? Rallycross, that's these kind of things. We won 4, and I'm assuming this week we will be able to win the remaining 3. Let's have a look. Pure 9%, Drifty 5%, that's a 1% increase, a 1% boosted. Drifty normally goes to 4, now we have 5, and Pure goes to 8, and now we have 9. Wonderful stuff. Not so sure what we can do with that Drifty. We'll probably have to recalibrate that to extra pump or something similar, and then keep the Pure down, at least have 7% more Pure if we have the 7 parts. That will be that. Now, what do we have? 1.7 million, that's not that bad. I thought I was in worse shape, to be honest, because we are going to have a look on what we're gonna do here and what we're gonna need. Quite a lot, I think. Ouch. We need an M5 drift car. Apparently I also do not own the BMW bike on this driver. Wonderful stuff. The M2. I have that, but I don't know if I have the beta handling one. We need the beta handling one because that is the better one of the two. The M4 is a timeline car, I'm pretty sure we have that. The BMW bike we have as well. We do have a plane, we do have some stuff to do speed traps. BMW Grand Tourer, that's M4, M5, I'm assuming. Okie dokie. So we need to buy some stuff. Okay. Guess I have to have a look at what is available in the bundle. If not, I need to buy them separately. Are we able to do so with 1.7 million? I'm hoping we are. 600,000 this is. Let's have a look. We have the BMW M2, but we need to buy the beta handling. I can use the M4. I can use the BMW bike. I can use the M5 Drift. Okay, I'm gonna buy the bundle. 600,000. That will take care of 3 of our vehicles. But I don't know if I have the beta handling, so I will check it. We have 1.1 million. I don't think that thing costs 1.1 million. We can always use the normal M4, not a huge difference I'm assuming. Okay, this is not looking good. The more we go to the right, the worse it gets, you know, price-wise. Okie doke. Is it no longer available, or is it that cheap that I completely am going in the wrong direction? Probably. Or do I already have that on? It's possible that... Oh, I actually have it. Oh, okay. I did buy it on this driver. Wonderful stuff. Surprise, surprise, we have money left. Hello, Carl. Welcome. Okay, are we good to go? Yep. Nothing locked anymore, we can do everything. We'll go buy the things and put on some parts whenever it is that we need, right? Speed trap, I don't think we need anything specific. Other than a teammate, probably. Oh yeah, for sure, we need teammates here. Nevertheless, we're gonna do have a go on it, as always, you know. Pointless as hell, because this is a 700 plus speed trap, meaning you need some slipstream. Oh, things flashing, I hate it. At least in this context. Let's see, I'm assuming we have the parts on it. I check it to be sure, but normally the parts are always on here. Yep, frenetic, pure, maxed out, all the power we can get. Not that it matters. We also need manual gears. Which way we go? I have no idea. Let's first go far away. Open the minimap a little bit so that we can see how far we can go back. About here, because that guy disappeared. Fourth gear, no worries about wheel spin. $646. That will do. Don't need to do anything more about it. Because to get over 700 you need slipstream from a teammate. And then you can do a 715, 716, 719. What the old maximum speed? Can people still get that? Apparently they can. 719.4 is first place. Which scores about 8,000 points more in summit-wise. So, what's the difference with a team or solo? Well, about 8,000 points. Wonderful stuff. Especially for new players and so. Might not have a bunch of friends around if you're new to the game. That's already costing you 8,000 points. Assuming that you have a drag car, which of course you also do not have as a new player. You might have a drag car, but you don't have the necessary yellow parts, obviously. Although, with the boosted event going on December Christmas period for 2 weeks, I'm assuming quite a lot of people have found the parts. We have an escape. Okay, let's have a look on that. What's in the rewards for the Magic City? I will have a look on that. Hi Samjit. Having a good year? Well, we'll see. I think we're gonna have a good year for the crew too. Once the update's kicking in. Spring update, summer update, and then the major one, which they kinda under the surface. They are pretty quiet about that, but that's actually the major one. Somewhere towards the end of the year, I'm assuming. Once we have that, that should be fine. What do we have here? Powerboat, Offshore Mark 1. We have some bugs and pure on here. We'll have a look. Might work. Where do we go here? That's also a good question. Okay. We'll see. Go one way, we're going the other way. Then we know. Oh, hello rock. So we drift away there. Might have to adjust the drift assist. Pull it, my man. Hopefully you're in the menu. Okay, there you go. I have a feeling that I have the hull friction pretty high because I can barely see where I'm going. 5,970. Is that any good? I have no idea, guys. I really don't know. 121,000. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. 6,300 meters they are doing here with proto. Why are people not using the Croucher? Because the Croucher drifts away here against the rocks, I'm assuming. Oh, let's see. Let's have a look. Proto, yeah. Pretty simple. It's Proto here. Simple way to, you look in the leaderboard, you see certain names and you see they go with the Proto. Then it is Proto. Settings, what do we have? Yeah, I have the hull fraction at 10, that's why the nose is so much out of the water. But that gives more speed. Trim tabs, that's personal, that is your steering sensitivity in a way of a boat. You can put it lower, higher, whatever you want. Rudder angle, yeah, doesn't matter that much, I think. In this one, because it's pretty straightforward the whole time. But we'll have a look again. Have to stay a bit right here, because otherwise you drift your way to the left. There is a rock. I've noticed there is also some tree stump in here in the water, so a bit left here, I guess. Also here we have a rock or something. Also with the hull friction that high, also this boat can do 380 or so. Yeah, that is if Mr. Flip Tricky over here would not bother me with his wave. $5,900 again. Okie doke. I guess we need some more speed. How are you doing, sir? He's on the bank. Oh. Yup. Wonderful stuff. Guy in a hovercraft. Nothing has changed in 2020. People are still doing stupid stuff. In a hovercraft. Even if you're a new player, you get this powerboat if you just visit the pro racing headquarters. So why on earth would you use a hovercraft? Speed is like half of the powerboat, I guess. Yeah, you need to find a line here because it's there are some big waves here, by the looks of it. So it's purely about the route, and by the looks of it, I've loaded a few ghosts now, and they all stay on the left. So the smoothest trip will be on the left, I guess. Yeah, okay. That's fine for now. 122,000. We have a low altitude. They reuse a lot of tracks in the summit. Yeah, that's kind of normal. Seeing the fact that they are focusing way too much on street race, they have not much choice. They have like 10, 11 tracks in touring car, in rally raid, whatever. And then you have, on the other side, you have street race where you have like 45 of those tracks. So they have a lot of choice there, but not so much in the other ones. So we can only hope that they bring more tracks in the other disciplines. There are some problems with that, if you ask me. Also in PvP. 16 disciplines in the game and they focus on street race and a little bit on hypercar in PvP. The other 14 disciplines, they put in a playlist with collisions on. Nobody wants to play that because that's one ramming fest. One day or another they might understand it, but not so sure. We can only hope it changes in 2020. What do you want to see? The Magic City. This week, prizes. A wonderful out of the top underglow again, which can probably comes next underneath your car, like some of those things do. I'm pretty sure some people will be very happy with that. I don't have anything with underglows. I just collect them. I don't put any on my cars. We win the remaining parts for Rallycross and a BMW Drift Edition. Okay. Dusk Till Dawn, anything special there? Vroom. Underglow again. Completely useless touring car set. Nitro Chemist, but Drag Bump and Slipstream, nobody uses that. Whether there's boosted or not, nobody uses it. Boosted, that means we're gonna get a few parts, and then in the lunar year the rest of the parts. Yep. Aston Martin V8 and lunar year, Chinese New Year, sorta. Underglow again there, smoke this time. And then the Magic City is the February premium summit, I guess, where you can win the Bugatti Veyron Edition 1. After that, Free Spirit and some others. You can check the summit list if you want. I have the names of all the things over there. If somebody cares for that. I need to adjust this week's list though. There you go. Okay, let's move on. What do we have here? Low altitude. Grand Canyon. That's low altitude. We need score breakers. Let's check that because sometimes we have a score breaker on here. We do. Okay. It is on favorite, so it should give us that plane. I do say it should. Never know. Oh, wonderful. We're going 400, so I'm assuming it's our race plane that they gave us. Oh, low altitude, Dave, not high altitude. Why oh why did they mess with the planes? Is also one of those questions we can ask ourselves. There's nothing wrong, we're not that many people, even if you looked on the forums where you're a lot of people crying every day. Planes were not mentioned that much. So why oh why did they change that? I have no idea. Messing with the rudder, and now we have to use the Zipco or the Slick or something. Because the plane that we were always using, the Harmer, they completely ruined the rudder there. $42,900. $156,815. Don't have to worry about that. 157,850 is the maximum that you can score, summit point wise. Okay, 1 and 2 in the friends list here. Not that many friends on this driver, but with both my drivers, so I guess it's a decent score. 45,000, Mr. Jack Wolf. Nice, nice. Same, we are still in manual from that speed trap. I guess we go with the drift first. Yeah, that's all very nice, but we don't have any parts. Because we just bought that vehicle, we need to put some parts on it, we need to change some settings. We have a bit of work here. Not driving that many BMWs as it is, in general. So we have to put the parts on and stuff like that. On most of the vehicles that we're gonna have to use in this summit, I'm assuming. Also have some stuff here, what is that? You know what I will do? I will put whatever it is that I have on. So what do we need? We need none of this stuff, that's for sure. Okay, so I need a okay, I need this set because we need to use a touring car M4 DTM sorta. We can also use the M6. Oh no, we cannot because it was specifically this M4, right? Okay, that's for sure with something we have to use. That we don't need any Monster Rallycross, Motocross. We do need Rally Raid, the BMW bike, and I need some parts on it, apparently. Where are our parts? I have some here, but apparently... Oh, this is wonderful stuff. Okay, I guess we have to go with these boosted sets here. I don't think I have a bike set with bender on this driver. So let's have a look. My god, I have a bunch of stuff, but still working on a proper set, I think. Yeah. Nothing with a helmet. Oh yeah, here we have one. But is that maxed out? Probably not. Nope, it isn't. So we're not going to use that. Also this, I don't think it matters much though. This is a rally raid track. Depending on which one it is, we will see. But this is boosted 82, 73. These are the boosted parts that we want in a certain summit. So we need that. What else do we need? Hypercar? No, we don't need that. Yeah, we did win this thing here. Carrera GT Green Flash Edition. Too much crap and too little cash. Yeah, you can say that. 1 million cash and 4.8 million scrap. Yo. Okay, so we will take this set. We have two sets in drift because I already recalibrated one and the other one we won from the summit. And we have to use the BMW M5. Okay, that's this one. I immediately put the parts on all the cars so that we can immediately use them. Why is there a nitro chemist set in this thing? Maxed out? Yep, it is maxed out. Wonderful. We need some settings, of course, on this thing as well. See, we are going to use this next. We are still on automatic. Let's have a look. That seems to be fine. Gearbox. I need to have a look on my settings. Which I totally didn't post. Okay, never mind. Okay, 07, that seems to be fine. Anti-robot 1, that's fine. I want the rear grip one click down. There we go. What do we have here? 2825, that will do just fine. Yep, we will use this, that will work. Okay, what else do we need? What we definitely don't need is green parts. If we only had some sort of bin that we could throw all that stuff in and then delete it at once, that would help a lot. Okay, we need to figure out some parts here as well. Not sure what I have here. Not much, probably. Okay, we have a set here of some sort. So we can use that. What is this here? Oh, we do have a bike set on this one. That's nice. We need a bike as well. Do we have anything else? We have a muddy set here. Okay, I can use that as well. Because they came up with a wonderful new track, I noticed on my other driver. No, it's not maxed out yet, but working on here something. Okay, BMW bike, that's where we need to have the bike set. There we go. A pure bender combination. We put that on the bike. Now we don't have to use the extra pump because you can lean forward to maintain the speed. Although I think it's not going to matter because we have a wonderful stuff happening again. We need the M2 as well. Okay, I can put the set there. Put this one on there, and then we needed a Grand Tourer M4 or M5. We're gonna use the M4. I don't have the M5 on this driver. I thought I had the M4. Did I just buy that stuff? Oh, there it is. And we're gonna put the muddy set on that one. Nitrochemist with muddy, and then whatever it is that we have on there. Not that much here, since we never have bugs to my god, I have many score breakers on here, but we never use it in street because they do not restrict the skill tests. We never have to use that stuff. Yeah, it's sort of fine. It's not completely maxed out with about 50% muddy, will do just fine. That means that we have all the parts and we can just drive now. West Commercial is the drift track. Yeah, we're aiming for 155,000 plus here. Summit-wise, that is. This thing is powered. Careful here on these light posts. That's the biggest problem on this track. A lot of stuff you can hit and lose the multiplier on. But already in the crew one, this was one of the better cars, if not the best. For instance, when we had a German summit or so, we always use the M5 in drift. Crew 2 it changed a bit. BMW Z4 is a little bit better. One stuff. We retry if we lose the multiplier. That's how we operate. We need to have at least 600,000 something or whatever. This car is a bit stiff to handle, so we need some wider angles. Yeah, it is very. But yeah, the Z4 has a long nose as well, you know. Obviously, that's smaller, but it's like this here, the switching of the angle. With the Z4 or an RX-7, which are small things, you can just throw it to the other side. With this thing, yeah, you can throw it to the other side, but it will not help you much. Because you lost it as soon as you need to change the angle. So we need to be a bit slower. Maybe slower, I think we need. That's a problem with these things. You want to drift properly with some speed. Doesn't work. Thanks for the follow. So we probably have to go as slow as hell. Play around with the throttle, basically. Steer a bit left, steer a bit right. And that should do it. I know there are people out there slowing, really slow, yep. Really slow drifting with handbrake and all. I never touch the handbrake.
3, 2,
That's why I put the rear grip one click down, so that I'm sure that I get enough angle. But let's concentrate a bit and do this run. Drift is one of those things, yeah. Score 600,000-700,000 points, whatever. If you pay a bit attention. The problem is that my sound is a bit... in-game sound that is a bit too silent. Can't really hear my engine. And that's a bit of a problem if you're more or less steering with the throttle. See, the multiplier starts blinking a little bit. That's when you need to definitely change your angle, because that means that you're about to lose it. No, that light post again. I saw it happening. Okay. That's the problem with the M5. You see the light post, there's nothing you can do because it starts sliding and drifting towards that light post and you're gonna hit it anyway.
3,
With something smaller like a Z4 or an RX-7 you can get away from that light post. It's okay. Main problem I have is I need to go too slow to my liking. This is more the way I want to drift. Big angles and power. But you need to go slow. Wonderful idea. Why did they put all that stuff here? I have no idea. Bikes and bins and hot dog stands and whatnot. all kind of stuff that you can hit, and then they decide, hey, let's put a drift track on there. Let's go a bit slower this time here. And now power out of it, because that light post was coming very close again. We made it! $649, whatever. Fine. 155,000 plus for sure. If you score over 600,000, there we go. 156,000 even. Also here, 157, 850 is the maximum you can score. I don't know if you can score it in this. You probably need like 900,000 points to be able to get that, but that will do for now. No, I want to go to the main menu, I want to go to options, and I want to change back to automatic. Okay, so 4 events done, we have 555,000 points. Grand Tourer, so we're going to use wonderful green parts here again. The M4, right? Which is a new track, I believe. Okie doke, camber to 0, that's for sure. And let's have a look what I put up with the rest. M4, there it is. Okie doke, 10, 10, 10, that's all fine. Yeah, brake balance we will check later. Something like that, 0, 0, and we did 9, 10 here. And the arrow, let's have a look. Bar is a bit too much on expert, so I'll bring it down a bit. 2, okay. Gearbox, 10 apparently. And then all we need to figure out is the brake balance. Nope, not that way. 1856, okay. On 8 apparently. That gives the lowest number on brake distance. So we'll put it like that. And on top the 10, 9, 10, 10 as I always have it. That is for keyboard. Might not work on controller or whatever. What is it? It's Central Woods West, it's called. But whoever is developing these tracks is definitely not the same guy that is developing the rally raid or the rallycross tracks. Because that guy, for the off-road, yeah, he's starting to get the hang of it. He puts the checkpoints in decent places. In the corners, behind trees, so that people cannot reset and all that kind of stuff. Whoever is doing the street race, it's I have a feeling that's a different dev, because he doesn't get it very much, as you will see. Also on this new track, not really what you want. When it comes to checkpoint placements and stuff like that.
3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, they came up with some surprise train or whatever. Nice. Always the same stuff. Always the same. I have settings on my other driver. I put those settings on this car.
3,
This driver is on Uplay, the other driver is on Steam.
1.
These cars drive completely different. Same car, same settings. Oh, why did I put muddy on this car? It's pretty simple, because you can cut every freaking corner because they have put checkpoints in the middle of nowhere again. Like here, you can just cut through the grass. Here, same story, don't worry about it. Just cut through it. So it's basically a muddy track again. You just drive from checkpoint to checkpoint. Here, more than likely, you can reset. Yep, of course you can. Cut a corner that way. One of these days they will learn. But those days should be like, yeah, I don't know. Whenever the off-road dev has a meeting with the street race dev, we might get some decent checkpoint placement. This is all fine, like these checkpoints here, okay. It's a long straight, so yeah, they need to put them somewhere. But it's the one in the corners that are a problem. Oh, that's probably something that I should take. Yeah, like here, that's why I put some muddy on the car. It's like it's a very twisty road, but just put muddy on it. You can go through the grass, or in this case, through the desert. Just a straight line. It's like you don't lose any speed because of the muddy. Other than that, you don't have to worry about anything. There's just nothing here. It's an open desert. Occasionally you see a tree. There we go on the bridge. So yeah, 220 something I'm assuming, maybe even pretty long straight. So again, this is gonna be a team thing. Teams will come out by throughout the week. You'll see people do this with Slipstream, if they're not already doing it. $218 I see they have there already. That's already probably some sort of Slipstream thing. The M2. Yeah, that Central Woods West. Nope. Could be an interesting track, but not the way they put up the checkpoints. Pretty simple. And again, it's a street race. That's like street race number 46 now that we have in the game. While in the other disciplines we have 10, 11 tracks. They should change that priority-wise. If you have 16 disciplines, people also want to drive touring cars. They might not be fun of every single discipline, but especially when it comes to cars, they want to drive. Touring car, they want to drive them on the road, not specifically on these stupid tracks, which always usually have a reset. We need some settings on this thing here. Let's have a look. I'm just copying the settings from my other driver, and we'll see if they work on here or not, right? Okay, 3, 10, 10, 10. That's fine. What kind of a setting is that here? That should be 3, 4. Soft setting will do, I hope. 0, 0 and 9, 10. Let's try that and see how far we get with it. I'm assuming the M2 beta handling is a bit better than the normal M2 because yeah, otherwise they won't have a beta handling. Beta handling is improved sorta, and they picked like, because these are the original beta handling, the Zebra cars. They picked those vehicles because there was something wrong with it. Like this thing completely oversteers like crazy, I think. That's why they came up with this thing. It drives better for sure.
3,
Oh, wonderful stuff. It's raining! Oh, a wonderful track as well. It's one of those piss spot street race tracks where you can hit a lot of stuff. With the understeering corner here, no matter how you put the settings, you always understeer there. And let things start flying. Here we have the wonderful roof jump, which we are completely going to ignore. We go left here. Not going to mess about on rooftops. Also here, wrong checkpoint placements, which makes you be able to cut here because the next checkpoint is only here. So we can completely ignore that kid stuff there, jumping over roofs. Oh yeah, this is the old beta handling. It's not like the improved version of some of the cars that they did. These are these things that still suffer from aftersteer. You stop steering, but the car still steers for like a second or two. And here you have that jump, yeah. If you don't cut it inside here, you're in that building for sure. That's one lap, and you have to do 2 laps as always on these city tracks. That's already a reason for me not to like city tracks. I don't like loops. I prefer the sprints from A to B. And what's really bothering me is all this trash here that is in your way here. That's really made for the kids. It's like they probably find it cool that like all kind of stuff is flying around, but that I find just stupid. What the AI was doing there? I'm sure. So there, lean forward to make the car come down because, yeah, that's sort of more or less where they lose me. If they start putting ramps and stuff like that on a street race track, then it's a track I cannot be bothered with. You play Trackmania or something if you want to jump around on wrecks. It handles a bit better than the normal M2, but not super great though. 330. That's pretty lousy time. What are they doing here? 130,000 points. 315 they are doing here apparently. Okay, whatever. We'll see what we can improve later on. We'll just go over the tracks a bit. Yeah, also here. Don't bother about it if you do not have a team around. You really don't. We're speaking about on this track 10-15 second difference probably. Slipstream or not.
1. Totally got
also need to check the settings on this thing. Although I think, thanks for the follow. Although I think it will not, I think they are more or less okay, I think. We have used this thing before, right? So I should have those settings. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're more or less, oh. They changed something with the brake balance again, apparently. Apparently the lowest number is on 1, okay. Not that it matters. Yeah, maybe a bit on the handling, but not much. It's not like we use brakes on this track. But yeah, due to rally rate, we do have ghosting.
1,
So if you do this with a team, get up to speed, and once you're in the desert, you're doing 250 maximum speed or 255, whatever this thing can do. And you do it constantly the whole time. Like from this moment on, yep, that's like slipstreaming till the finish. I'm doing 250 now, but I will definitely do some speed here now. And this is where the teams get away. They keep the speed going the whole time. I know we did it once with the Peugeot here. Then I played with Lolbokus Canoe, I think. We had the world record here. Not that we had super run that we did, but just had a team of 4 compared to other people doing it solo. If you have some bender on it, you can lean forward. Just have to be careful on the jumps, obviously. But this rock thing is basically top speed the whole time. If you do it with a team. Getting 220 here now, yeah. Oh yeah, forgot about that. More to the left. Once you know the route, yeah, then it's... Of course, if you play in a team, you need to be sure that everybody knows the same route. That not one guy goes left and the other one goes right, because yeah, then you lose all the benefit of the team, of course. Here you can go under this flag here, and that sort of gives you immediately the proper angle towards the finish as well. You jump always in between these 2 trees, never hit them, and then one more straight. Yeah, like here, I'm doing 230, teams are doing 255 here constantly. So no matter what time I set here, I know we did a 205 or something, I think, or a 203 even, with the Peugeot. These bikes cannot go that fast, so I don't know what is possible with the bikes. 212, 215, somewhere in that area, I'm assuming. Let's see, 214 I see already there. That is probably slipstream. That is for sure slipstream. See, Payback has 215. So yeah. Again, a recurring track, obviously, because that's what it is in rally rate. You have like 10, 11 tracks available. You're gonna see these things pop up occasionally in the summit again and again, because there's not enough choice within that discipline. Touring car M4 performance. Okie-do. Let's have a look. So yeah, this is I can do better, of course. I hit a tree there and stuff like that, so I can do a bit better, but it will not change anything because the teams are gonna smoke you. Rally rate needs to be done in a team. The speed trap needs to be done in a team. I would not surprise me if that new central Woods West, thanks for the follow. The Central Woods West, it would not surprise me if also there pretty long straights. The difference, of course, in street race and touring car and all that kind of stuff is that we don't have any ghosting. So you can hit each other. What is this? My god, my god. Way too many parts in that discipline, that's for sure. Okay, M4. Need to have a look on my settings. Maybe the M6 would be the better choice if we could use it, but we can't. Oh, let's see. I will just keep that, I think. Okay, 9 apparently. This gives the highest top speed. Suspension. What is this? This is a track. Pretty stiff, I guess. Something like that. Camber always 0, otherwise we don't have any steering. And the anti-robot, I'm gonna stiffen up 1010 even now. I tried 810, 910 on my other driver. Didn't work. It's but even then, even with these settings, the anti-robot is as stiff as possible. It still oversteers. It's a bit of a oversteering car. We need to figure out the brake balance though. 17, 16, 15. Okay. Completely to the rear apparently. 13, 13, 0 or 1. Both give the same number. Just put it on 1 then. Let's go with this thing. What is it? Let's have a look. The Miami Every Zone track.
Three, two, one.
We have to use the M4, but the AI doesn't. They are driving the M6 and the Z4. Brake there. Okay, magnetic fields there. Doing 390 and suddenly I'm doing 370. So I hit a wall that I never was close to, but we know how that works. And again, it gave us a wet road. Probably have it a bit too still on the suspension or something. No, just too late on the brakes here. Could put the aero one click higher to get a bit more steering, but the steering is fine because if you put it higher, although it understeer a bit, as you can see. But if you put it one click higher on the aero, then you're sliding through every corner. So here if you boost it goes sideways the whole time. 251, yeah, that can go faster for sure. 240 something at least. Let's see what are they doing here. 245, yeah. 245 maybe not, but 248, 247 I can do as well. Not completely done with those settings, but we will see. We just go over it and then see where we end up and see where we need to improve. BMW bike, yeah. Dear Ivory Tower, disable the back on track in the summit. This is getting ridiculous. It is week after week. New resets come into the play every time on this summit stuff. Also, dear, same story. Turn around on a checkpoint, reset 20 seconds faster. As I will show you. But I first have to come up with some settings on that car, on that bike. But I'm slightly getting annoyed by this. We are giving feedback about this. Because it's not like we do not give feedback about this, guys. Giving feedback about this when we had the workshop. That was like 2-3 months before the release of the game. We already talked about the resets and the back on track and why is that in that game, it should not be in there. Sort of like the rewind stuff. That's all fine if you make mistakes in free roam. Use rewind, back on track, whatever it is that you need to use to get yourself back on the road. Not a problem with that in free roam. In a competitive environment, it should not be in there. It's as simple as that. If people make a mistake, they will restart the event anyway. They don't need back on track. Just get rid of it. And then we don't have this kind of stuff happening. It's week after week. It's every time. It's another story, another track, and people come up with new resets. Also, of course, has to do with checkpoint placement and all that kind of stuff. Put 100 checkpoints on a track if needed. I don't care, but do something about it. But I'm assuming that they are working on 3 upcoming updates for this year. That will be their priority. I can all understand that. So if they cannot check all these tracks and put checkpoints on other places, and they might not have the manpower nor the time to do that, very easy solution. Get rid of the back on track. We need some settings here first. What is this here? I just bought this bike. We get some standard stuff here. Let's start with the suspension on 5656. Brake balance we will check. Tire grip, why is that in the middle? No idea. Aero, we need more steering on a bike. 7 or so probably. And the brake balance, we will see what it says. 25, 23, 21, 20, 2011. 2011 is the lowest, okay. I know we had some problems. I'm gonna put it on 2. Do it like that. Very strange settings, doesn't matter. As always, you put your throttle on and your brake as well at the same time. Hello Nash, will give you the fastest starts. You get some wheel spin on the start and you will pull away from everything and everybody. So, throttle on, brake on. As soon as the thing says go, you of course release the brake. You get super starts, you're in front of the AI, they never bother you again. Wonderful checkpoint here. Not far enough. And then you have on the left here, you have these 4, what is that? Those thingies there. Go past them, reset. Put you on the other side of the track. You're immediately in the S corner. Do that 3 times, 20 seconds faster than staying on the track. Why, Ivory Tower? Why? It's a bloody circuit. They put like 3 or 4 checkpoints on it, and you have most of these touring cars and Alpha GP tracks. Most of them have it. But yeah, I already saw it like on my other driver. I did like a normal run. I had no idea about this reset. And I came up with like a time of 320 something or whatever. 25, 326. I'm looking on the leaderboard and I see people are going 20 seconds faster. There are definitely faster drivers out there than me, but not for 20 seconds on a track like this. Then I already know it's a reset. And every week it's the same on these touring car and Alpha GP tracks. You have to do it 3 times. On the last lap you cannot do it because on the last lap the track changes. You have to go right to finish. Past these things here on the blue flags order. Also there it depends if you find like the right trigger point. You can probably also win a second depending on how fast you reset. This is the 3rd lap, so we have to reset again. Allow the turn. Oh, look at that. Suddenly out of nowhere, we're in the middle of the AI already. We're lapping them on a 1 minute lap track or whatever it is. Yeah, something like that, I think. %, so this time we're not gonna reset. Because then we will, I don't know what it does, it probably will not work. Because if you reset it puts you on the left here, that's where the corner is, but now we go right here to finish. Oh my god. Have a look on the suspension probably. Not the best runs, but nevertheless, 3:14. If you do the normal track, you'll probably end up with a time of 3:30, 3:25, something in that order. It's like 10-15 seconds faster. One day or another, they might get it, but 27th, we made it again into the top 1% of the platinum, meaning the top 30 of the game. On PC, that is. And we have quite some lousy runs. Let's have a look. Street race. We have GNU with a 304. A core has a 305, if I'm not mistaken. Same story. Resetting. So that is what possible. Can go 10 seconds faster. As I said, it was not the best run that I was doing there. Rally rate 214, 215. More than likely, those are already slipstream times. Maybe just with the 2 of them. Once the full teams go on, would not surprise me if they go 210 or under it. Although I'm not 100% sure, because if I remember correctly, we did a 203 with the Peugeot in a slipstream team of 4. But that thing can go 300 plus. These bikes cannot go 300 plus. So yeah, maybe we can't go under 210. We will see during the week, but 212 or so will be eventually something that show up on the leaderboard. A touring car I just drove, but would not surprise me. It's a touring car track on a circuit. It would not surprise me if also there is a reset. Although 249, yeah, I don't know. 245 first time. Not immediately suggest that there is a reset, so that might actually be a proper touring car track for once. 315. Okay, I did not have the best runs there, but 315 is pretty okay. 218, yeah, also here, that would not surprise me that they're doing slipstream somewhere. The speed trap is for sure slipstream, otherwise, yeah. You can score 120, 121,000 points. With slipstream you score 128,000. It's as simple as that. Speed trap, again. Been giving feedback about that since the workshop. Restrict these 3 skill tests to certain disciplines, to certain vehicles, just like they do with all the other events. You can have some proper fun there. Now it is boring as hell. It's just like, get a team together, slipstream, hit the boost, get 700 kilometers an hour, and that's it. The escape, yeah, that is like, you can do a couple of runs there. Let's see, is there much difference? 125,000 if you go over 6,000 points. We can have a look there if we can improve that. That rocket start, they, hello Stefan. That rocket start of the things they said, no, let's have a look, shall we? How can we do that? Good question. On the track, I guess. If you just start, let's see what we can get speed-wise on that last blue flag there. $230 or so, something like that. Brake throttle. $245, $250, something like that. They did not fix the rocket start, that's for sure. Because that's basically, yeah, I overdid it now a bit, but that's what you do, eh? You're like, you're waiting on the countdown of an event. So you're on the brakes, and you're on the throttle. Of course, now I'm in free roam, this thing is wheel spinning now, right? You leave the, you let the brake go, and you get the rocket start. Yep, 250 again. If you don't do the rocket start, you get 230 speed. So all little stupid things, but it makes it different. And then if you're playing that in some sort of competitive format like the Summit, it all matters. All tricks and stuff that should not be in there. But the main problem is these stupid resets. Like this is a proper track. Even that last corner is it's a bit of a difficult corner there, that double one at the end. Bit of an understeering corner as well, so you have to really guess what speed you can do there. But the problem is, like with the reset, it puts you here somewhere. You respawn here somewhere after the reset. But that means that you cannot do it in the last corner, because the last corner you go that way. You go to the right there. So 3 times you have to do it, and then the 4th time you have to leave it be and actually have to take the corner. Okay, let's have a look. Where did we definitely had like a lousy run? Let's compare. 326. I'm 4 seconds faster here on the. Let's try that to begin with. Raining. So we have a rear-wheel drive car to give us rain. The AI is also every time doing something similar, different here. pop, 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 pop. That's the only thing you hear from all the crap that you must hit it. There's no other way. Braking. It's constantly wheel spinning in the rain, this thing. Too powerful boost, basically, that's what this thing has. So as soon as you touch the boost, you're like wheel spinning. Have to bring the anti-robot on the front one click down because it's understeering a bit. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. You can also go behind the cars, as you can see. Even like I even doubt if like kids really like this. Kinda doubt it. We have this like bad weather. You're messing about in the well, there it always understeers into that green thing, no matter what. Also has bad you probably have to drive this car manual. Because in automatic it never seems to be in the right gear. Never. Yeah, 1 second faster. Not using the second shortcut? Nope. These are tracks, man. I can't be bothered with it, these loop tracks. I really can't. What do we have here? 236. Definitely improve there as well, if needed. We have here 251. Yeah, there are a few thousand points in this thing as well. Let's try one more run here. Let's save you a couple of seconds. Yeah, that's true. That is true, if I would care for it. But in case you haven't noticed in the last couple of weeks, I'm losing interest in this summit because they do not listen to our feedback and they do not change anything on these reset cuts and all that kind of stuff. And it's every week the same stuff. Drag cars driving in skill test, people were already complaining about that in the Q1. Every week again, speed trap with the dragster. I have not a problem with that. The escape should not be able to use a dragster there. The speed trap, that makes sense in a way, because okay, the dragster is a street race vehicle, it's yellow family skill, so okay, you can use the dragster there. But in an off-road skill test you should not be able to use a dragster or a hypercar or whatever. Never made sense to me from the beginning of the game why they have these colors on the skill test. You have the pink color on the aerobatics, low altitude, and you use a blue family vehicle, being the air race. You have off-road skills, which are orange, and people are using hypercars and dragster, which is yellow family. So, why did they put these skill tests even in within a family? You have no idea. Somewhere along the line, they probably had the idea of restricting them, and then couldn't make it happen technically or something. Probably, would not surprise me. They always have super ideas, and then they need to program it, and then that's usually where it goes wrong. Car has also no idea what it wants to do. It understeers going into the corner, and then you go on the throttle, and then it oversteers coming out. I have the anti-roll bars as stiff as I can get them. So I probably also have to stiffen up the suspension even more to actually make that thing corner. Much sliding, same time sort of, 251, yep. Oh yeah, how is that going? Okay, yeah, this is like for sure a dragster. Everybody's using dragster here. Yeah. But you see it here, it's like whenever this game decides to load it, but I see it already on the icons, it's Crew GNU, Crew LOL Bocus, Crew Sun. Leaderboard pretty easily puts it out there for you. There you go. Crew, crew, crew. They're doing it in a crew. And that's not a problem. I don't have a problem with that. I have 60, 70 friends or whatever. Way too many on the Uplay. If you play PvP, you want to keep that under 50. The more friends you have, the more you get kicked out of the lobby in with the wonderful peer-to-peer system. So you want to keep your friends list under 50 if you play. If you want to play PvP, especially. Okay, we can improve here a little bit. What is in here? 4,000 points. You can gain there. Low altitude, yeah, you're not gonna win much more. Pretty much whatever it is that you can get. Drift also doesn't matter that much. Once you are over 600, 650,000, whatever. Not that much of a difference. 546 here, even scores 153,000 points. So if you're over 600,000, you always score 155, 160, 56,000. So that's like, yeah, nothing you have to worry about it if you good enough in drift to not lose the multiplier. That's not no matter what track it is. That's an easy 155,000 points. Yeah, the drift events. Let's do a run on this one here. See if we can improve there. Of course, it's a new track, so nobody's familiar with it. We have to do a couple of runs to see what is possible. Also, no idea what the idea of that train there is. give it a bit more feeling that something is happening on the map, because yeah, like in the middle of the desert. Maybe that's why they put the train there with like some whistling sound. This is one of those tracks again, like the one that we did with the Mazda. A to B, in other words, from checkpoint to checkpoint. Oh my god. That's what this track is again. The fastest way to the next checkpoint. Whatever that is. Off-road, jumping, reset corners. That's what this track is about. But like here it's like it's 4 lanes wide. For sure people are gonna do this in the crew because they can overtake, the track is wide enough. You don't have to worry that you fly out of the corner because there's so much nothing happening in the way. Just an open track. Put some muddy on it and you do not lose speed. So yeah, like here you can just drive straight. Although it's like a double S corner if you should stay on the road. So yeah. More and more muddy is also becoming an important epic, which is also should not be the case, I guess. Like here I don't even have max out, but it's good enough. .36 again. Yeah, of course I flew out there in that one corner. I also need to bring the anti-roll bars 1 click down. But yeah, it's like they made every single let's see, 1, 2 tracks here which are already on the wet surface, and then they give us like a rear wheel drive BMW. 1,317,000. What are the team guys doing? Oh, okay. Never mind. Let's have a look in the overall maybe then. They haven't finished some of the friends that are like 1,350. Yeah. $1,330 a bunch people. Can definitely get that. If we would care, but no. 1, 2, probably 3 events need to be done in a team. We have a stupid reset again. So again, not a very great summit. New track. Nope, nope, nope. Whoever is developing the street race should talk to whoever is developing the rallycross, because those checkpoints are pretty okay. The street race, not so much. Checkpoint placement, I guess it's an art. The guy who is developing rally raid and off-road in general, he understands the art of putting the checkpoints on the right place. The guy who is ever developing the street race doesn't. That is the conclusion that we made after a couple of these new tracks. And again, a new street race that's like number 46. Yeah, but street race is the most popular. Probably. Even a new player, if you go through the campaign and you have to do 11 rally raid and 10 touring cars, and then you go to the street race campaign and you have to do 46 of those things, then more than likely, if you have a look in your stats, Let's have a look. It might, where is that thing again? In the pilot. We have a look in those stats. Look at that! 47%! I like street race the most, according to the stats. No, I don't. But there are just way more street races, so you will, even if you do campaign or if you do summits, you're automatically gonna get the highest numbers in street race. Because there are like 4 times as many tracks as in the other disciplines. And then they, if we say like you have to come up with like new tracks in the other disciplines, then they throw these numbers at us. Like, yeah, but the stats say, yeah, yeah, okay. Whatever you say. This like forced selection, that's what I call it. They give us 4 times more tracks in street race, so obviously people are gonna select that more often, even if they just go through the campaign or whatever. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Noob does summit number 38. We have seen worst in the last couple of weeks when it comes to the summit structure. This one is, yeah, kinda okay, I guess, but it's also not some super summit because there is a reset. There are 3 things which you have to do in a team. So it is what it is. We made it into the top 30. We for sure will not be in the top 30 by the end of the week. Because if they keep coming up with this stuff, I'm gonna keep ignoring it till they make some changes. One of them should be by now, get rid of that reset, back on track stuff, disable it. That would save already a lot of complaints and trouble, and might actually make it fun that people have to drive the tracks properly. But we will see. I don't expect any major, so I'm sort of slightly changing my focus towards the upcoming updates. If they bring what they presented to us at one point, then it will be pretty good, and it will be something to do on the site. Next to summits and all that kind of stuff. It will be something else. It will be something that you can do. And also there will be some rewards within that structure that they will bring. So we can combine it a bit. Summit and the new stuff. So that's more or less what I'm looking forward towards. And that is the next update. For now, we will just keep doing this Noob Does Summit every Wednesday. During the weekend, I will be back with the weekly routine, where I do a bit of different games. Having a look on the summit as well. Next to that, also do the seasonals in Forza and combine it all a bit. That's what the weekly routine is. Next to that, I don't know. I might be back in a bit actually. Do some Transport Fever. We have finished the campaign there. And we will start with a new map. Meaning we will put a map together with, you can put some filters and you get like a map generated. We have done the campaign more or less, and then see how we do there. And other than that, whatever it is we play, whatever we feel like streaming, we will stream. For those not familiar with that yet, we moved a bit more to Twitch. So we will, I will post this video as always on YouTube. But other than that, I moved a bit more to Twitch, and I will not see that much posting on YouTube anymore. We stream, and sometimes I will post a video on YouTube, but as always, the Noob Does Summit, that will definitely be exported to YouTube. But other than that, people can always check out the streams. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.